If you're looking for instant and cheap Madden Ultimate Team coins, make sure to check out mobilemaddencoins.com and use the discount code RBT for 10% off your purchase. Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is Samuel Brown, aka RBT, coming at you with the top rated wide receivers in Madden 17. I'm a little bit late on this, but I still wanted to make the video because this is actually the first positional rankings where there's not that big of a drop from last year's top 5. So why don't we go ahead and get right into it. If you guys still are enjoying this Madden 17 preview content, let me know by dropping a like. And if we could hit 1,000 likes on this video, guys, that would be absolutely amazing. But jumping into the 5th rated wide receiver in Madden 17, and that's going to be a new receiver to this list, and that's going to be DeAndre Hopkins of the Houston Texans, who had a really big year for the Texans last year. Obviously, he was their go-to guy after Andre Johnson left, but he actually had 1,500 yards and 11 touchdowns on the year. But his stats in Madden are going to start off with a 93 overall with 92 speed, 97 catching, 93 acceleration, 98 spectacular catch, which is really good, 96 catch in traffic, which is also really good, and 95 route running. One of the fastest receivers in the game, the article says, and it's just a little bit of a drop-off when it comes to last year's number 5 receiver, and that was Julio Jones going into Madden 16 with a 94 overall, and we'll see Julio Jones here in just a second. But DeAndre Hopkins, a very good receiver to start off with in Madden 17, and once again, this isn't the Ultimate Team ratings, this is the in-game ratings, like in head-to-head and in franchise mode. But I would say these overalls are probably going to be roughly 5 to 6 overalls less when it comes to their base cards in Madden 17 Ultimate Team. But I fully expect DeAndre Hopkins and every receiver on this list to have a pretty decent elite card starting off in Madden 17. But going into the number 4 receiver, we have Odell Beckham Jr. with a 93 overall, has 93 speed, 97 agility, 99 spectacular catch, which is pretty much expected, 92 catch in traffic, and 96 route running. He stays at the number 4 wide receiver spot. Last year going into Madden 16, he also was a number 4 rated wide receiver, but he dropped by 1 overall. He had 99 spec catch in last year's game as well. His speed went up by 1, but his route running went down by 1, so I'm not sure how that really warrants a 1 overall downgrade, but still it's going to be a great receiver in Madden 17, and fully expect him to have probably like an 88 overall base elite card in Madden 17 Ultimate Team. Now jumping into the 3rd rated wide receiver going into Madden 17, that's going to be AJ Green, who is also new to the top 5 going into Madden 17 when it comes to the top rated receivers. He is a 93 overall as well, so the number 5, 4, and 3 guys are all, the same overall when it comes to 93 overall, but his stats are 91 speed, 95 catching, 97 jumping, 94 catching traffic, and 95 route running. Which, looking at the article and looking at the stats, I'm kind of confused because it says he has 94 catching traffic when it shows his stats, but in the article it says he has 95 catching traffic. So which one is it, EA? Which one is it? But still going to be a very good receiver. Definitely has the quality catching stats. The only reason he's this low, and the only reason he's a 93 and not a little bit higher is because he's not necessarily the fastest at a 91 speed, which is the slowest receiver in this top 5. But in terms of Ultimate Team, also expect AJ Green to have like an 87, maybe an 88 overall card to start off Madden 17 Ultimate Team. I believe he was an 86 last year, so expect him to be a little bit better than he was at the start of last year's Ultimate Team. Now jumping into number 2, the guy that goes from number 5 to number 2 in this year's Madden 17 top 5 wide receiver ratings. With a 2 overall upgrade from last year's game, we have my favorite NFL player, Julio Jones, 96 overall with 93 speed, 98 catching, 96 jumping, 95 catching traffic, and 94 route running. He also has a 97 spectacular catch rating, which was the same as his spec catch rating at the beginning of last year's game. He has both an improvement in his catching rating and his catching traffic rating. They were both 94 this year, and like I said, they're 98 and 95 respectively in this year's game. Route running went up by 3 in this year's game, and his speed also went up by 1, and I think Julio Jones definitely deserves this upgrade, and some could even argue he's the best receiver in the NFL. I mean, it's pretty close now. We'll see in the next couple of years, but with that said, jumping into the number 1 receiver, as you probably already guessed, in Madden 17, that's going to be, once again for the 2nd straight year, Antonio Brown this year with a 97 overall, just like at the beginning of last year's game. He has 93 speed, 98 agility, 99 catching, 97 elusiveness, and 98 route running. And as of right now, out of all the lists that EA have released when it comes to the top 5 ratings, he is the highest overall, beating Aaron Rodgers by 1. Aaron Rodgers was a 96 overall in this year's game, and Antonio Brown beats him by 1 at a 97. Like I said, I still predict Rob Gronkowski to be the #1 overall player in this year's game, basically just because he is the cover athlete, and that's how they do it sometimes. And another thing that's pretty interesting that it says in the article is that he has 69 throw power, so you could also use him in Wildcat packages as well. And do you guys really think, I'm not really sure how I feel on it, but do you guys really think Antonio Brown should be an overall higher than Aaron Rodgers? I still don't understand why it seemed like the running backs and quarterbacks all dropped in overalls, and the wide receivers, which I fully expected to follow the same trend, didn't. They're all like pretty much the same as they were top 5 last year. So I'm not sure what EA's doing there. I'm not sure where they're getting these overalls. They look the same when it comes to wide receivers. Quarterbacks and running backs look different, but I don't know. EA has their own thing going, and we'll have to see how the rest of the positioning ratings look once EA do release them, which I fully expect the next one to be coming out is going to be the tight end position. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. What do you think about this top 5 when it comes to the top rated wide receivers in Madden 17? I know Des Bryant isn't on the list. He was hurt all of last year, and when he came back, he kind of wasn't himself. And there's a couple other receivers you could argue that should be in this top 5, maybe instead of DeAndre Hopkins. Let me know what you think about that. Let me know if there's any receivers you believe got left out of this top 5 that should be in this top 5. So with that said, guys, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more Madden 17 content. I will catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.